everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have my October spreads and we're going to review September. So we are going to start with September just like we have been doing lately. So here is the calendar from last month. And here is my Read Every Day and Page Tracker spread. I read over 10,293 pages in September. Most of this is manga, and I will show you that in just a little bit, but I also did read every single day in the month of September. This might be the only month so far this year I read every single day. And one thing I will have to say is that reading every day is actually a lot easier for me personally when I pick up a manga or graphic novel on a day I don't necessarily want to read. I find them a little easier to get into because we do have the visual element, not just the words. And so that was sort of what I did this month because I was reading a lot of manga. I would read books, and then if I really didn't want to pick up a new book or novel, I picked up a manga. So that is how I was able to read every single day. And so I checked off most everything from my huge TBR, and I actually read 31 manga because it was the 30 and 30 manga challenge. I will leave my wrap-up link down below for that. And like I said, I read lots of manga. If I didn't really want to read a book, I read a manga, and I actually read 31. Then we have my Read-A-Thon Spreads. So the first one we have here was the Becca's Bookopoly-thon. The only book I did not read was Aru Shah. I just got to the point where I needed to read either one or the other of a book near the end of the month, and I picked the book I knew I could finish in one day. I do want to read that eventually, I just did not get to it this month. I did finish the Demonathon. I read every single prompt, so I was very, very happy about that. And then I also finished the Magical Read-A-Thon. I did also read every single prompt for this one, and I did go in order of the map, so I just went down the list. Again, very, very proud of myself for that. Then we have my book haul and favorite book. I have not written anything for Monstrosity yet, but it was my favorite book of the month. I do talk about it in my wrap-up, so I will leave that link down below as well. And for my haul, I left myself a very small space here because I was not planning on buying a lot of things, but I did. So I have a flip down page here for my haul. Yeah, my husband, this was his idea actually, because I needed some space for it, and I will leave my haul link down below as well. And then we do have my favorite quotes page. So I have quite a few quotes that I really, really enjoyed. So we're just gonna start at the top here. So the first one, it's actually a few quotes that go together. It's like a little passage, and it says, "Kira, this is dangerous. I know, I look up at him. So give me a kiss for luck and make it a really good one. He makes a strangled noise in his throat. I don't want to kiss you right now. I want to throttle you for being foolish." And then also from the same book, "But I do know that living in fear of what might happen prevents us from enjoying what we have today." These are both from Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. I also have, "That was terribly thoughtless of you. What good is having friends if they don't put you in mortal peril every once in a while?" from The Rhythmatist by Brandon Sanderson. We have, "I can appreciate my body in a bikini and still want to set fire to the patriarchy" from The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. And finally, we have "You Know Me, running around, living life, committing arson" from These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. And then we have my books read spread. So, including all the manga and everything, I read 46 books in the month of September. I actually have two wrap-ups, like I said before. I will leave both of them linked down below. And for books that I read multiple volumes of, manga especially, I did just put all of the covers together because I was not going to write a little like thought thing on every single volume when I basically read all of the multiple volumes back to back. Then I do have my stats page. I have a blank page here. I don't know what I necessarily want to do with a blank page if my stats end up on the left-hand side, because usually I will finish reading stuff on this side or up here and then put my stats somewhere there, but I finished all the way through the bottom of the right-hand page, needed to put my stats somewhere, and I need to figure out what I want to do with that. But we are then going to move into October. So October, obviously, I did lots of oranges and blacks, and I have this like dark black silver gray type of color that was from the Archer and Olive like paint pens. I've been really enjoying those since I bought them like last month. And yeah, so for this month here, I used 2 sticky club packs. Basically the ones that we got last month. One is the spooky pack, like SPOOKII, so it matches Sticky Club. That was a cute pack for last month. And then I also had the Midnight Hour, which was the vintage pack from last month. But I did also have some, so like this little witch here and this little green heart here. These were from the Pop Advent calendar from last December. We had a couple like spooky witchy packs, and so I kept those for this as well. One thing I really love is the Midnight Hour pack had these numbers with like apothecary jars, and so I put them in the box where like it looked like they were sitting on a shelf, and I love that aesthetic so much. But yes, lots of orange this month. We do have October. The only thing really that we have going on my calendar is it is my husband and my 4-year wedding anniversary on the 20th. We're not really planning on doing anything because, you know, we stay home a lot, but we do have that coming up. And then we have my new releases that I'm excited for here on the right hand side. These are from the videos that I do specifying new releases coming out that I'm excited for. Like I said, anything that is highlighted are ones that I've already purchased or I have already read, like as an ARC, something like that. And yeah, let's move into Read Every Day and Page Tracker. I've sort of started filling this in, but I haven't completely done that yet. But we are going to be doing orange for our colors. So for down here at the bottom, I have a very, as you can see here, light orange that is going to be for physical, a medium orange for ebook, a darker orange, it's almost a ready orange, but that's the darker orange I had for ARC, and black for audio. That's where the page tracker stuff be the same colors. You guys get the deal. And then we have where I'm going to put my haul, which again is hopefully not that much. I am not planning on going to any bookstore this month, but we have it there just in case. We will also put my favorite book and some quotes. One thing that I absolutely love is we get these notepads in the Sticky Club sticker packs. So this one here is from the Spooky pack, but we did not actually get a notepad in Midnight Hour pack. We got a notebook, which is fine, but we also got this card. I just absolutely love this. I need to put more cards in these books just because I love the novelty of opening it up. So this will also still be for quotes. But yeah, I just absolutely love that. And then we have the books read spread. So as you guys will notice, because I forgot to mention it, I went straight from Read Every Day and Page Tracker to favorite quotes and haul. I do not have a TBR this month. I'm actually not planning on having a TBR for the end of the year. I mean, I might have an unofficial one. Like I do have one buddy read this month that I'm planning on doing, but in general, I don't have a plan. Mostly because I've been doing readathons like every single month all year, and while I do absolutely love them, and I am sort of a person that plans my TBR out and then reads those books, I've been having the feeling of not being able to actually read some of the things I want to read because I won't want to read it until like the middle of the month, and then I already have a TBR planned, and then I feel like I can't fit it in anywhere, and then I'm just like trying to get my checklist done, and it just sort of spirals from there. So I'm trying to take the last like 3 months of the year to just sort of read what I want to read. And I do have a gigantic pile of books that I've already picked out for October, but I'm going to sort of mood read them. I'm not going to say these are the books I'm going to read. I'm going to say these are the vibe I would like to read, and we'll just sort of see what I pick up. So this is going to be books read. This is where I will have everything. I've actually started this page already. I've read some graphic novels. I'm in the middle of one book right now. And then I have a cute little washi tape up here. I wish actually I could use more stickers. That's the only thing I'm slightly disappointed about right now, because I don't have the TBR page in between these two pages. I've used less stickers and designs than I normally would, and so I still have quite a few in the packs that I'm like, I wish I could have fit those in somewhere, but it's okay. We just have less pages this month. And so that is everything. I hope you guys like the theme of October. I really do, which is why I really wanted to use more stickers. It just didn't quite happen because I didn't have the space to do it. But yeah, there was a lot of good readathons also in October, but I really just needed to like ignore those and read what I want to read when I want to read it. We're giving myself a little time to decompress before we start up actual TBRs again for January. And that is everything. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up Tuesdays and Thursdays with video game playthroughs live on Saturday and Sundays. So I will see you then. Bye.